Is there anywhere in this report, anywhere at all, state that this report deals with anything named illicit? Anything illicit?
Okay, is it a rhetorical question or are you? Yeah, right.
It was meant for me to respond.
Circulated. And now I invite.
Chairman, I have a matter which I'd like to place for consideration for the committee. Whereas the Integrity Commission, in its special report submitted under Section 36(3) of the Integrity Commission Act to Parliament on September 5, 2024, urged Parliament to support the referral of its investigation report into the statutory declaration submitted by the Most Honorable Mr. Andrew Holness, Prime Minister, for the years 2019 to 2022 in respect of concerns that he owns assets disproportionate to his lawful earnings and that he made false statements in his statutory declarations by way of omissions contrary to law to the Financial Investigation Division, a law enforcement agency of the Government of Jamaica. And whereas the Integrity Commission has said that there can be no finality in the matter until the FID has completed its work and there can be no certification of the statutory declarations of the Prime Minister until the Director of Information and Complaints is satisfied that the statutory declaration has been duly completed. And whereas the Director of Investigations has indicated that he is unable to make a final conclusion on the question of illicit enrichment, due in part to the refusal of the Prime Minister to share with the Integrity Commission a breakdown of his expenses for the reference period of the investigation. And whereas it is untenable for this cloud of uncertainty to remain over the head of government, be it resolved that the Integrity Commission Oversight Committee supports the recommendation of the Integrity Commission for the matter to be referred to the Financial Investigation Division, and be it further resolved that the Integrity Commission Oversight Committee calls upon both Houses of Parliament also to support the recommendation of the Integrity Commission for the matter to be referred to the Financial Investigation Division. This motion has been moved by myself and seconded by Member Philip Powell. And I ask that the committee considers this motion.
Well, to begin with, I must say that this motion, for good order, might have been given to the chair for even perusal, if not agreement. The committee, it's a very unusual move. I've never had a situation where a motion is put before the committee, but members have the right to make comments and to put forward whatever thoughts and ideas they may have in furtherance of the discussions that are before us. So I just want to urge that, of course, in future, the chair is at least given the benefit of having a review of any kind of motion that might want to be tabled by members to be considered. So I ask members to comment on the motion and to let us have a finality in terms of how we move forward where that is concerned.
Chairman, the letters asking us to support the submission of this to FID, but I think it would have been proper if the support was sought before it was submitted. It has already been submitted to FID, so I ask for support at this stage. Secondly, I don't believe it is within the remit of the Integrity Commission to submit such report to any other body except Parliament. Section 9 makes it clear that such documents or what have you can be submitted. It says here, notwithstanding any provision to the contrary under this act or any other law, the Commission shall disclose to competent authority any information or document that is necessary to assist the competent authority in the investigation and prosecution of offenses related. It didn't say that the Integrity Commission can ask another authority, a competent authority, to initiate an investigation. It says to assist. And my interpretation here, if there is an ongoing investigation, then, and that authority seeks the assistance information from Integrity Commission, then it can submit that. But it doesn't provide, based on Section 9, for the Integrity Commission to submit and to initiate an investigation. It said to assist in the investigation. So if an investigation is going on, that's the only time that body can seek. But they didn't seek anything from the Integrity Commission. So it's not within their remit to seek to institute or initiate an investigation based on Section 9. They're totally out of order and out of their league in doing that. My interpretation as a layman.
Member Paulwell?
Chairman, I'm not too clear on the point that the member from Southwest St. Catherine is making, but it has been a position of this committee, and I haven't seen any instance where we have not accepted recommendations from the Integrity Commission. And all that the motion is seeking to do today is to formalize what has been our position from day one. That is, where the Commission recommends to us, where they rule on matters, it passes through this committee. We observe and we move on with a clear position that we accept the recommendations. I've never heard of any instances where we have not accepted the recommendations of the Commission. And what Member Robinson and myself are seeking to do is to, in relation to that specific recommendation, and it is quite clear that it is an ongoing process, because when the FID does its investigation, I'm certain it will report back to the Integrity Commission, and after which we expect to get another report. So this is in furtherance of their continued investigation.
Okay. It would seem to me that this is a procedural matter, and I think that the members are obliged to respond. You made a point that it is not customary for us to reject. So the need for a motion to enable us to do what is customary seems a little curious at this time. But be it as it may, members have a right to put forward a position. Let me allow that Member Warmington.
Member Paul will just draw some attention to what is state that Member Chuck has been saying for some time and asking about some report on the supposed illicit 6. And you said this is something, you refer to this as part of that? Is there anywhere in this report, anywhere at all, state that this report deals with anything named illicit? Anything illicit?
Okay, is it a rhetorical question or are you? Yeah, right.
It was meant for me to respond. And it is clear.
I'm sorry, Member Warmington needs to conclude what he's saying.
Yeah,
okay. Sure.
So what I'm asking, that I've gone through this report and I haven't seen anywhere in it that make mention to illicit. And you use the word illicit just now. No, well, quoting Mr. Chuck has nothing to do with the report. We're dealing with the report. So maybe I didn't see it. Maybe I'm unable to read or comprehend. You're supposed to be a lawyer, so maybe you can help me, a layman. Can you tell me what page, what section in this report that refers to the investigation the Prime Minister said anything about illicit? You mentioned that a while ago. Is that word appears anywhere in this report? That the Prime Minister did involve in anything illicit? Can you tell me where I should find that?
Okay. Member Paul.
To be clear, Mr. Chairman, I was referring to, firstly, the preoccupation, I would say, of Mr. Chuck over the last few weeks into months. Because, in paraphrasing him, this announcement that there were investigations in relation to illicit enrichment that was in the report of the previous year, and that he wanted to get something final and definitive in relation to the persons who are so accused, and urged the Integrity Commission to come forward as speedily as possible to clear that cloud. And it is my belief, and substantiated by the letter and the interviews that the Prime Minister was subject to, which were revealed quite clearly that this was an issue of unlawful enrichment.
Yeah, but
and that to me is palpable.
But to the member's point, I think, we have to be careful about how words are being used. And we cannot, gentlemen, yes. I think we all are aware of motives and intentions, and we must verbalize exactly what we think and what we want to be conveyed. Don't leave members to assume. And I think the member was quite correct the way you juxtapose the thoughts a while ago that this particular report was one of the illicit six. And I think it's unfair for you to have said it in the way you did. And I think that in your own circumlocutory way a while ago, you sort of made it clear that you didn't quite intend to say it the way you said it. But and I think that it is fair that you should just say to a colleague that, fine, you really didn't intend to say what he thought you said.